Welcome to the Left Hand Backhand Podcast, episode 22.
Two,
22.
some
How
Tai
are
Chi.
we, Jeffrey?
I'm a little blue.
Jeffrey Jordan. Whoa.
My lighting in this room, it gives
You
a blue
feeling
effect.
sad, brother?
Dude, I've got the gold and the blue. I'm split.
Ooh, what teams are gold and blue? Let's discuss.
Teams,
Yep.
gold and blue.
Mm-hmm.
Uh,
Michigan Wolverines,
Michigan.
Toledo
Yeah.
Rockets.
Dude, the fact that you know their mascot is real. Is that real? Toledo Rockets? Is that really?
I think so. That's where Kareem Hunt played.
Kareem Hunt
Dude, remember when
played for
Kareem Hunt
Toledo
was yeah,
when he was.
Toledo
Oh,
Rockets football team.
that's incredible. Wow.
Thank you.
Okay, sir.
What other gold and blue teams are
Easy.
there?
Gold and blue. There's not a ton of gold teams unless there's that tiny bit of accent.
What about the Warriors?
I was gonna think that, but that's more of the old colors. Old
No?
Warriors, yeah, not really a
Well, I
lot
mean,
of
okay,
blue.
yellow and gold. We're in sports
Yeah,
terms, we're calling that
it used to be
practically
gold.
the same thing.
The old Wizards uniform didn't really have a lot of any blue. It was just gold.
Wizards?
Yeah, remember the old
Oh, that
the
was
old
yeah, that
Wizards?
was straight gold. Gilbert
That
Arenas
gold.
era
The
alternate uni
That's all
gold.
I think of. I only think of the
Agent
Gilbert
Zero.
Arenas
He was the
gold.
first real zero, wasn't he?
In basketball.
Yeah, like who else was zero before Gilbert Arenas?
No one memorable. Maybe he was the
Exactly.
first memorable one.
That's what I'm saying. He's like the original number zero.
It's interesting. Yeah, I can't think of a lot of other gold
But then you had Russ and Dame Dalla and Kyle
being that
Kuzma.
being that ice cold zero. Kyle Kuzma.
Isn't he number zero?
Kyle Kuzma. Yeah,
Was it
probably.
Kyle Kuzma? Anyways, what a terrible name. We got a new segment tonight on
Uh,
the podcast,
yeah, Lincoln
and we are
decided to
gonna
sprout
start
it.
out the pod every week with a question of the pod. And most likely this will be me presenting questions for Jeff because I've got a list of just dumb questions that these things pop into my head,
Aren't
and
all of
I'm
the
like,
questions dumb questions?
No, not all of them.
No.
But the question of the pod today is which of these three things is the best? A 7 game series, best 2 out of 3, or a death match?
7 game series, best 2 out of 3, or a death match.
Yeah, which is the best?
Winner takes all.
Yep.
Ooh. I mean, is it any particular sport or just in general?
We are talking general terms here.
Oh,
Well,
that's
General
so tough.
Mills terms.
Well, go to the general and save some time.
Nice.
Well, General
Couple.
Kenobi.
Oh, another Star Wars reference. Back to back
Thank
weeks.
you. Back to back. I love deathmatch style. A lot of sports, a lot of games. Most games, in fact, are just like one and done. It's really fun. The pressure is crazy. It's harder to tell how good a team really is, but also that's part of why it's so good because any team can get hot in a game and
A
have a good
la New
game,
York Giants.
a la any March Madness team ever, a la any
Michigan State. What were they? No, Wichita State
Wichita State.
Golden Jackets, or what
Yeah,
was their team name?
uh, Golden Jackets. You're thinking gold now. I
Shockers.
don't know the Shockers.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was a lot of those teams. Loyola Chicago. Man, Loyola Chicago a couple years ago.
Lehigh University. Shout
Lehigh.
out CJ McCollum.
There's some big. This is Florida Gulf Coast. FGCU going big.
Well, don't say
Uh,
FU.
sorry. Well, I meant it because they knocked my team Pitt out of. I had picked them to go to the finals, and thanks a lot,
What
FGCU.
year?
Mm, they knocked him out early. That's why I was so mad because Pitt was ranked number 2, and
Dude, I do not
they
remember what year this is.
2009 maybe
Oh
2008.
dear. Yeah,
This was
that's a
this was when
poll.
it was my family March Madness, I remember the heartbreaks. The years
Hmm.
I picked the number 2 seeds, Ohio State one year, or Arizona one year, Duke a couple years, and then my heart was broken.
Dang. Sorry, Jeff. That's so
Anyway,
sad.
I think out of the three, I love best of 7 for like actually telling how good a team is and matching up. Best 2 out of 3, I don't love it. It's not better than either of the other two.
Yeah.
So I think I'm gonna have to take deathmatch. I
I
think
I
that's the best out of them.
I think in a 7-game series, deathmatch is gonna win.
If we put them together in 7 games, I think they win 4 before any of them the other
But
ones
if
do.
we put a 7-game
Deathmatch.
series in a deathmatch, 7-game series is gonna lose, you know?
Yeah. Well, yeah, deathmatch style, deathmatch does well, I think, better than the other two.
Especially compared to like 7-game
Long
series versus
term,
deathmatch in a
yeah,
deathmatch, it's gonna be
yeah.
deathmatch every time.
It's gonna be dead every time. Every time.
Yeah.
I agree. Great
All right.
question.
Thank you.
You have a bunch of these, you said?
Yeah, just random, just stupid stuff that pops
What
into my
what
head
what
while I'm in
made
the
you
shower.
think of that? Don't talk about you in the shower. I don't want to envision
That's
that.
where all my ideas
I
derive
don't want
from.
to envision your body wet with water.
Well, my new soap is a juniper scent.
Wait,
So that's
really?
like my new thing
What's
is all my
what's your
scents.
brand? What's your brand of soap that you get?
Um, it's the Target like natural brand method something maybe. I don't know.
Oh, the Method? Yeah. Nice. That's a
Yep.
solid brand.
And then my cologne is derived a la from Jefe Spangler.
Derived a la me, your
Yep.
cologne.
So thank you for that.
You're welcome.
And I use a
Need a
juniper
little bit.
deodorant as well. But
What's that smell? How would you describe juniper smell to
it's a
those?
juniper
The flowery?
berry Arm& and Hammer.
Oh, Army Hammer?
Yeah,
Wow.
Army Hammer, who played the Winklevoss twins.
Of all the things you could have said.
Uh,
Call me by your name?
well, call her daddy.
Well, who's your daddy? Who's your daddy? Turtle? Are you turtly enough for the Turtle Club?
Dude, that movie, I don't even know the plot of that movie, but all I remember is
I
that
do.
the turtle scene. That's it.
Yeah, which was filmed on 9/11,
Was it
and
really?
they still had to film it, and it was the same day, and they had to just do it because even though stuff happened. Yeah, craziest thing I've ever known about that movie is that they still proceeded to film that on that day
Dang.
after everything that happened. They're like, you know what? We need comedy.
What a
A turtle.
random thing to
That's
remember.
the quote. That's the quote. Yeah, it's really dark, so that's why I remember it.
Daggum.
Oh,
Well, we got a interesting pod that I have no idea what's gonna happen because Jeff's got a segment for us. Jeff's got the draft, and
yes,
this
sir.
pod is arriving in your inboxes. No, your podcast
No, no.
feeds. A few days earlier than normal because your boy is going rafting.
Oh, rafting.
So I'll
And
be
the
traveling and
boys
on the
say,
road and going to see
"Whoosh!"
some of my fam. Should be fun. So yeah,
Flying or driving?
driving.
That's a long trip.
Yeah, I don't know. We'll see. Should be okay.
Yeah, I don't
Breaking it
know.
up
You
partway
just
through.
get your sunflower seeds and you're set.
Dude, sunflower seeds podcast feed.
What are your seeds of choice that you're gonna have on it with you? You have just a
Dude,
pickle? Is it just a pickle?
I'll probably grab a bag of David barbecue just for throwback sake.
Just to kind of mix up the taste buds so it's not
Yeah,
too
because then it makes the dill pickle
monotone.
taste better when you
And
have a
pickle and
chain.
barbecue go well anyway, so either way,
I mean, I put pickles on
that's a
my
good flavor.
barbecue.
And don't talk about your pickles.
I will not.
Okay. Well, I'd tickle your pickle for a nickel.
Wow. I got I got 2 pickles. Hey, 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 hey.
Well, I got ghosts in my head and they don't know.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, okay.
That's a
All right, so
terrible song.
you want to do the Olympics right quick, or do you want to wait and space it out?
Uh, I mean, the only Olympics news that I had was just our group FaceTime call
What do you mean
with,
the only news? That was one of the
I'm
greatest
just saying,
Olympic basketball moments I've ever seen in my life.
no,
There's
100%.
no
I'm just saying that's the
comparison.
only thing that I like had in the agenda to talk about. But
Yeah,
you,
tell
me,
us
and Devin,
what happened. What happened? What happened with
So
us? With like the timeline of events
the
of us.
first off, before we got to the championship game, USA played Serbia against Jokic, and
And Bogdan.
not to call it a comeback, but it for sure was a comeback. Just like people
It was
in
13
videos,
points into the
it
fourth
was a
quarter.
comeback against Serbia, and Steph Curry went nuts in that game. Fast forward to the championship game against France, and starting center Victor Wembanyama,
Yeah, take that,
starting
Kobe.
over defensive player of the not year, but insert mean rhyming word if you want.
Yeah.
Jeter
G G.
or Jeter.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Derek Jeter. He's a biracial angel.
He's an angel in any sense of the word, except he's a Yankee, so not really an
Except
angel.
not in the outfield either.
No, well, not on we have heard on high either.
No. Well, sing Gloria. Um, so USA is playing France in the championship game. They're down uh early.
Yeah,
France
they
kind of
were
got
back and
out to it,
forth.
so it was pretty close. France got a quick lead to start. Then Steph Curry said, "Not on my watch." Then he said, "Oh my God." And
And then
then he single-handedly pulled USA back into the game. They took a slight lead and they held that lead through the rest of the game. Fast forward to the last 2.5 minutes of the game. USA's up like what, 3-4 or
yeah,
so.
it's a close game. They get down to P3,
And Steph
79-82.
Curry goes berserker, dude.
Heat check of all heat checks.
Heat check.
That is better than Kyle Korver heat check. That's better than
Dude,
Klay
Kyle Korver
Thompson heat
heat
check.
check.
The
That
Klay
Kyle
Thompson heat
Korver heat
check.
check
The
video is dope though.
the Atlanta Hawks heat check from him was one of the best.
Like, just looks like
Where
a
he's
guy
just
playing church ball. You know what I mean?
he's just
Like,
launching. It was a white
yeah.
6'2" guy just throwing the ball up. He's
Dude,
got the straight
crazy.
hair to the side.
It
We all
looks
are Kyle
looks like a
Korver
straight
sometimes.
yeah, seriously. Except not as handsome.
No, not as handsome. He's got that Russian, like European look, like a
Really?
European cut.
Yeah. Well, speaking of cut,
It's,
I'm
it's
about to get my hair cut.
Oh, the back or the front?
The
Not
sides.
the back. No, the only thing you don't need cut.
No, just the sides.
You need the top and the back cut.
Yeah, I'm gonna cut the top a little bit, but I think I'm gonna have my sister braid out my hair, give me a little Jedi braid going down.
No, no,
Yeah,
please.
a young Padawan braid.
No, no, Anakin. Then you'll have Padme hit on you and you'll be like, stranger danger.
Get her out of here.
Stay away
But
from me.
anyway, Steph Curry went nuts and
Anyway,
scored 4 threes in the final 2.5 minutes, and
in
just
the best ways.
unbelievable shots. And the last
Pump
one was just
fakes.
ridiculous, just throwing it over the outstretched arm of Nicolas Batum, who is a long defender. Pause.
Very, very versatile.
Very versatile Frenchman. Emotional after the game because France
Yeah.
lost in France. And USA takes home the gold in basketball. And then me and Devin jumped on a FaceTime call,
It
and
was
we
so
all
quick.
just
You called
react
me
right afterwards.
immediately after that call. After that play,
Dude.
I just saw my phone. You FaceTime me, and I just was like this.
Well, because we
I
were
could not believe.
texting like all
Yeah,
during that game.
because Wemby was having a great game, but I could not believe there was no chance. France had no chance against Steph. Like that's the
They
one time I
did
could
have a
root.
chance, though. That's the crazy thing. It took
Well, and
Steph going nuts to seal the game.
but what's crazy is everyone else has a chance. Like seeing Steph this way, I've never liked the Warriors, and I've never cheered for stuff like that.
Yeah,
This was the
100%.
one time I maybe would, and even then, it was
Don't
only
say would.
partial because, sorry, I maybe could, but
Coulda,
Wemby, I like
shoulda,
him
would.
some. I like Wemby a lot, so I obviously was like, oh, I kind of want Wemby to like have the upset on
Yeah.
his resume right now, but it's okay. Still, USA, USA.
Yeah. So USA wins the Olympics per usual, except they
Per
did
usual.
tie China in number of golds.
Oh, they tied China. It was
Oh,
China.
China.
China. China is the best. They're not better than us. China.
Dang, dude, that's pretty good.
Wuhan.
That's a pretty good
Wuhan.
Donnie.
The corona, the virus, the China virus.
Your Donnie is really good, dude.
It's not great. You have the better what was the accent you did last week? It was really good.
Last
Australian?
week's
No,
ass?
what was the one?
I mean, it's
You
just an
did
English
one
accent.
or English. Yeah.
It was my my New Yorker accent that we discovered
you New
randomly.
Yorker.
Yeah. I'm only gonna pull it out every so often.
Whoa. Please don't
So.
pull it out every so often.
Jeff,
Without
you got
further
a
ado, then
segment for us, eh?
I do have a fun segmente, and just like last week,
Is it about disc golf?
no, it was like last week. I actually have
Oh, heck yeah.
something to show.
For those of you listening on the podcast feed, go check out the YouTube for Jeff's screen share if he can figure out what he's doing.
Why isn't this pulling up? Come on. Here we go. Let's minimize this bad boy.
Oh, spoiler on the draft there.
No spoiler. It's right here. You can't see
Oh, it's
anything.
not a segment?
No. This is the segment.
Okay.
No. You're all good. That was an old thing. Okay. Segment today for you. This is gonna be fun.
Wow.
You are going to blind rank these food dip combos.
Let's do it.
So this does not exclude. This is sweet and savory. It could be anything. So I'm going to give you 10.
This is
and
10.
you're
This
gonna
is a
place
lot.
them.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a lot, and you're gonna place them where you want. So don't blow it early and pause where you're gonna put your ranking. So
Okay.
this will give us a good mind and how
Well,
you feel.
there's a couple three that are in the GOAT conversation. So I have those envisioned for being the
But
top
they may
three
not
that
be
I'll...
on this list. They might.
Correct.
This is just the list, so it's not like this is the greatest list. This is just your way of ranking it. Okay.
Correct. So I
Okay.
have three that I'm kind of anticipating potentially being on this list for the top three spots, but should be good.
Let's start with your first option. It is fish sticks and tartar sauce. Where do you put that?
It's not upper echelon. That's for sure.
Whoa, big word, boy.
Big word, boy. BWB, big word, boy.
Big word, boy.
It's not buns, but it's not mid either.
It's not top 3 or 4.
Yeah, I'm gonna throw that in the 8. I think there could be something
8.
worse than it.
All right.
I mean, it's fine. It's acceptable, but it's definitely not top tier.
Okay, fish sticks and tartar sauce. Number 8. Next up, we've got apples in caramel or caramel.
Ooh, apples and caramel. That's a good combo. In terms of flavor, however, it's sticky and sometimes gets stuck in your teeths.
Your teethies?
So because of that and because of what else I can imagine being on this list, I'm going to put that in the 7, actually.
Wow.
Yep, it might be a little low, but I have a feeling that there's going to be some goated
heavy hitters.
Yeah. I can only have like one a year kind of thing. So that's why it only goes in 7. It's
like
good.
You'll just maybe crave it, but you're not going to go buy it yourself.
It's good, but I'm only going to go to Rocky Mountain Chocolate Factory once to get the white chocolate caramel
Rocky
apple.
Mountain Chocolate Factory.
Yeah.
I've been there a couple of times in Rexburg. That was the only time I ever went.
Castle Rock Outlets has one.
Ooh, Castle Rocks. Number 3rd thing is pizza in ranch.
Oh, 10.
And do you hate ranch?
I hate pizza and ranch and the stigma that follows it because it was those kids in elementary school that just sopped their freaking pizza in the ranch.
But you never even liked it one time in your life. You never even liked it once.
Nope, never liked it once. And because of just who it is, it's going in the 10.
Okay, where would What would you dip pizza in that would be that you like doing, like acceptable?
The
Anything?
only
Garlic
thing is marinara
butter,
sauce.
marinara? Okay.
Yeah, that's the only thing. Pizza doesn't need a companion. Pizza is pizza.
Pizza's pizza.
Pizza's a top 5 item of all time.
It is. Agree.
Yeah, we both put it in our
Interesting.
list of if
I
remember when
just
we had to
I
cut
just love.
keep 4, cut
Oh
5?
yeah.
We both
Pizza
kept it
made
on
it.
our list. Yeah.
Pizza's good. Well, in that same spirit, then, if you mention that, I'm gonna go with cheese sticks in marinara sauce, otherwise known as mozzarella stick.
Mozzarella sticks. I saw a really gross video this weekend of
Shut
somebody
up.
eating
Shut
mozzarella
up.
sticks.
Go watch that TikTok if you haven't. I made a nice video of me
Oh,
devouring some mozzarella sticks that were okay. Just
that's
because it
yucky.
wasn't that appetized looking doesn't mean it wasn't the most tasty thing
Yeah.
at Chili's, which it was.
We're gonna throw it in the 6. It's not my favorite, but you can eat
Dude,
it
you're
often.
saving all these top. You might not have any of these bad spots
Dude,
left for what's on
I
its
might be a
way.
top boy. You never know.
What's on its way? We'll see, I guess.
Mott sticks and marinara. It's good, but I'm not the biggest like Mott sticks fan. Like I'd rather have bread to dip in.
Just plain bread.
Yeah, or breadsticks, you know.
Okay. You've got the 1, 2, 3, 5, and 9 spots available.
Yeah, it's interesting.
Next pick. Strawberries in chocolate.
Ooh, strawberries and chocolate is a good pick. Or it's a good item for sure. I am still saving that upper echelon though.
Yo!
Strawberries and chocolate is good, but I don't crave it all the time because I don't need the chocolate for the strawberries. I'm not the biggest chocolate person. Big strawberry boy here. BSB.
Okay.
Big strawberry boy.
BSB. I saw those strawberries you got from Oregon, and they were fantastic.
Oh,
They were so fresh, man.
they didn't have a single like speck of white in the middle of
It
them.
was all red.
All juicy red,
They
baby.
were like those Snow White apples, just pure red.
Would you like a juicy caramel apple? Name that movie.
Ooh,
We just watched it yesterday, me and my girls.
caramel apple.
How about a
Was
big juicy caramel apple for the pretty lady?
Aladdin.
Enchanted.
Oh, Enchanted. That's really good.
Poisonous one. I'm gonna put it in the 5.
It is the 5. Okay.
Yep. You were right.
Strawberry.
It's more of a romantic gesture for me than anything else, like the strawberries and chocolate. Good.
But it's not like your go-to dipping
Correct.
snack.
I
That's what I'm saying.
I would
After
rather
this-
just have strawberries plain. So
Yeah, it's a good thing. But after this list, you'll probably have some that you're like, how did that not make the list? And
true.
that's because I didn't make this list. This
Okay.
this is a blind ranking.
Love it.
All right, next up, cookies dipped in milk, Oreo or chocolate chip.
It's got to go on the 1.
The 1.
It's got to go on the 1,
one,
baby.
That's
Let's
your favorite.
go.
That's your thing.
Well, based on this list, I'm a little nervous. Cookies and milk is a goat combo.
You're not gonna save that. You're not gonna put in the 2. You want it for the 1.
We're going with the 1. I feel confident that it deserves the 1. Frankly, there's only one other item that I might put above it, but I think this probably is my actual number 1.
Okay.
Like
cookies and milk.
Milk and cookies.
Spot.
Milk and cookies is just as good of a combo as peanut butter and jelly. Like it rolls off the tongue. You know what I mean? Like you learn milk and cookies and milk from the time that you can
little baby
that you can crawl around. You know what I mean?
that
I
you're
literally
suckling
had
on the sweet.
Oreos and milk today.
Wow.
Yeah.
Really good. Last night I had a concrete mixer from Culver's.
Nice.
And it was Oreo, Andy's Mint, and brownie mix, and it was fantastic.
Lovely.
Lovely.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm happy with that as my 1. Happy with
All
that.
right.
I got the
Next
2, 3,
one.
4, 9 left.
Yeah, and this is gonna be interesting. You've got fries dipped in ketchup.
Ooh. Okay. So hot take. I don't need my fries dipped in
Anything?
ketchup. I eat fries plain more often than not.
If
Like
they're fresh and hot, yeah, I don't care
yeah,
for dipping.
I'll have Chick-fil-A sauce or I'll have cane sauce over anything.
Ooh,
But
gotcha.
fries and ketchup is a for sure top 5 item. Like just like you list combos, it's in that top 5 for me.
Mhm.
I'm gonna put it
So you feel like it
in.
has to go with the 4,
I'm gonna put it in the 4. Yeah,
just
and
because
it's
that's the one
it's
spot
not
you
because
have.
it's not deserving of being higher. It's just because I'm not Patrick Mahomes. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Okay.
Not the biggest ketchup guy. If you gave me fries
He
and
loves
cane
it.
sauce or fries and Chick-fil-A sauce, it'd be 2. Because fries is that
But
good.
fries is that good.
It's a strong player.
All right. Well then we only got 3 left. We've only got 3 left. This one, it might be a little interesting, but this is just where you're ranking it. Doesn't mean you've ever had to have it, but where you rank it. This is steak in A1 sauce.
Oh, it's in the 9, brother.
It's a 9. You're
It's
not a
in the
fan of
9.
A1?
A1 sauce could disappear from this earth and I would sleep better at night. Why ruin a steak? It's the same as pizza and ranch. This is a very easy
I
9
mean,
spot for me.
a kind of overdone steak, A1 sauce is going to bring it to life. A decent good steak
If
doesn't
I get
need
an
A1
overdone
ever.
steak, I'm sending it back and requesting a new one.
If you make your own steak and it's bad or
I've
it's too
never made an
done, then
overdone steak, brother.
mm,
I like that thing mooing. You know what I mean? Like,
you like that thing raw and
I want to
wriggling.
hear the sound of the cow when it hits my plate. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah. You're like, is this a brown and white spot, or is it just happy to see me? Okay. Okay, you got 2 left.
Oh, I'm
I
a
will
little
be very
nervous.
interested.
A little
Be
nervous.
very interested where you put this at. Chips and salsa.
2.
2. Straight
Easy.
up
So
2.
milk and cookies and chips and salsa were the 1 and 2. So like when I said I had a top 3, those were 2 of the top 3.
Mm, chips and
That's
salsa.
easy. Chips
Okay.
and salsa at like a Mexican restaurant before dinner, chips and salsa during a game, chips and salsa midnight snack, chips and salsa
It should be in everyone's top 2, I think.
easy.
Anybody that's here should be top 2 that exists,
Easy. Yep.
that's ever been alive. All
All
right,
right.
final one.
Final
Let's
one.
see if you're going to be mad about where the spot is or if you'll be satisfied with it.
Yep.
Final one on this list is
I will
chicken
say
strips. Go ahead.
I'm really happy with this current list right now.
Yeah, well, I know you're not going to be happy with this. This is going to be your one regret. So
Mm-hmm.
this is chicken strips in gravy / white gravy.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah,
That's fantastic.
I
Yeah.
would never have thought you would like that. That doesn't seem like.
I love white gravy.
And Emily is a huge fan. She'll get it from Whataburger, and she'll get the chicken strips with the gravy that they give out. And that's like
Waterburger.
her
Yeah.
water. What a burger!
Waterburger.
What a burger that is, mate.
So I think if I had to change anything on this list right now, I would flip 3 and 4 and put the fries and ketchup over the chicken strips and gravy.
That's it. That's it.
But I'm very happy with that. Let's be honest, white gravy is slept on. Like it's pretty much
If
kind
it's
of mostly
seasoned well,
only known for being
it's great.
it's mostly only known for being partnered with biscuits, and great job by biscuits to get into the realm with white gravy. But the two of them are honestly a little bit slept on.
Yeah, you just have to have it the correct way.
Yeah.
If you don't have it made well, you're gonna be so sad. It's just gonna be like muck.
Dude,
Like muck. I muck.
Fuck.
Muck.
Very happy with this
Grime.
list.
Thank you.
Very happy with this list.
Glad I had
The
this
couple
idea.
things that were missing on it could have been chips and queso.
Yeah, chips
Right.
and guac was one I thought of.
Chips and queso, chips and guac, pretzels and
Oh, pretzel and queso.
pretzel and cheese. I don't call it pretzel and queso, but pretzel and cheese.
I spelled that wrong.
What other combos were potentially missing from this? Cake and ice cream. That's one I've seen in other
No,
lists
This
before.
is dipping though. Remember, this is
Oh,
dipping.
you're right. You're right. My bad.
This isn't just combos. This is
Yeah, that's true. Because
That's
peanut
it.
butter and jelly in my mind was in the top 3.
combos are great, but this is a dipping combo.
This is dipping
so
combos. Yeah. So no, with this, I'm actually stoked with this.
Yeah. Any others that you think would be missing? My brother mentioned like
Shrimp,
breadsticks in Alfredo sauce or
sure.
breadsticks in like
Breadsticks and
marinara.
marinara. Yeah.
Yeah. Shrimp
Breadsticks
in
in any.
cocktail sauce.
Yeah.
Dang, that's a
That's a
good
top
one.
5 item for me, brother.
Yeah, I had the cocktails. Yeah, that's delicious.
I just don't like the name of the sauce, so I just call it like shrimp, but
You're such a child.
yes.
It's genital tail sauce. Is that what it is for you? Does that make you feel better? Huh?
As long as it's not a fruit cocktail, it's fine. Um,
Okay. All right. That's a good list. That's a good
that is
list.
that's a great
Good
list. I
honorables.
appreciate that segment.
Yeah, it's fun. It's a good
Lovely.
time. Well,
Okay. Final thought.
final thought.
Final thought before we jump into the draft. Our drafts take a long time. I never realized that, but they do.
They take a long time just because we love discussing stuff and we get off track. It just happens.
I genuinely love it. But before we get to the draft, I wanted to check in with you. How's the new place?
It's going well. It's
You have a
we're
bed for
still in
me
the
yet?
midst of unpacking. We're clearing the space in this room for your bed. We want to find a
Okay.
headboard that I think suits you.
Wood.
It just doesn't have the pizzazz we want it to have yet. Like there's the sparkle ones we saw at the store didn't do it justice. We felt like
That's fair.
we needed
I
one that was
prefer
screamed Lincoln.
the glossy wood with the sparkle like underneath the gloss, like with the nice finish
Oh,
to it.
like yeah. Well, only ones we've been able to see are the ones that are like on four sides, and then it has these big like curtain drapes on all sides that like
And
look
it
like
has
it's
the
like
pole in the middle too.
the pole in the middle and on all four sides to kind of hold everything up, so it's like a big tent.
Yeah.
And then you kind of arise from your slumber every morning instead of
Dude,
just
is
waking
that the
up.
one that has the pole vaulting section where you can jump over and then get stuck on your way down?
No, we didn't get that one. We got the one that has the water bed attached, so you can feel like you're swimming while you're on it. So you're just
Dude.
kind of
When's the
floating.
last time you slept in a water bed?
I've never slept in a water bed in my whole life. Why would I ever sleep in a
I've
water bed?
never
It sounds like the
actually
worst
slept
thing.
in it, but I tried to and I got
Sounds like
out.
the worst thing in the world. I'd get sick. I'd
Dude,
just
you
throw up.
know, right? Like,
I'd be laying in bed and I'd be like, oh, oh.
dude, I remember just being terrified that it was gonna pop.
I know you think that even though it's like no chance, but how do people even get water beds in their house and like then move?
They're so
What are you supposed
heavy.
to do? What are you supposed to do? How do you empty that? There's got to be like a special contraption you buy to
Dude,
do. I don't know.
comment
I don't
below
even
if
like.
you know how water beds work and send us a link. I'm very
If
curious.
you, I'm gonna watch that episode of how it's made.
How it's made, water beds.
Yeah.
How it's made, water burger beds.
Water just full of burgers. Water burger bed.
Dude, surprise 3 spot with the chicken strips and white gravy, but
I'm shocked that you like it
I'm
that much. I'm
craving it
not.
now, brother. That sounds so good.
Dairy Queen's got some decent gravy with their chicken strips.
Dairy Queen's French fries are actually pretty solid, dude.
They do. I mean, I never really would eat there for anything else besides a Blizzard, so
Yeah. Well,
not
so
really sure what else
back when
there
I
is.
was this last summer that I was selling in Houston, I was there for 6 weeks by myself. So Junie or Paisley was in Colorado actually for that whole period of time. So it was just me down there. And I downloaded this app where if you're not driving, or sorry, if you're not on your phone while you're driving, you like gain all these points. And I was driving down to like League City and Pearland and all these places way down South Houston. And so I was always driving. So I wasn't on my phone while I was driving. And
Of course, you're super safe.
100%.
You're a really safe
So
person.
I was just racking up all these points. And every single day that I drove down to South Houston and back up to the Woodlands, I would get enough points that I could go get a free Chick-fil-A sandwich and a free medium fry from Dairy Queen. So that's what
That's
I
like
did
that's like
every
$6 to $7
yeah.
that you were getting every single drive. You were making that much money.
Yeah,
That
going
was
all the
like
way
two
down and
gallons of
back.
gas.
I mean, I wasn't paying for my gas or anything either. So I
I
was
know, but that's
literally just
crazy.
raking in free food. I was also living there like on a budget, like trying to not buy anything. So like I bought like quesadilla supplies and cereal, and that's like what I lived off of. And PB&Js actually too. Forgot I made those for lunch.
Oh, the peach.
And then yeah, I would just drive down to Houston or drive down South Houston, rake up all these
How do they
points.
make money?
I have no idea. I mean, they went
Like,
out
I
of
feel like
business
they
pretty quickly. But they got these companies to like because
ah,
their
there
whole
you go.
I'm assuming that the marketing on this was like, hey, Chick-fil-A, partner with us and
We'll get
people
you
will
business to
come
try to
and get the
buy more
free
stuff.
item and then they'll buy more stuff.
Yeah, that's like
Like,
half of all marketing techniques anyway.
yeah. So I don't assume it was profitable and I don't think it lasted too much
But
longer.
they took advantage
But I took
right away.
full advantage of it when I wasn't paying for my gas, when I was driving for like 2 hours a day. And yeah, just trying to live literally on scraps.
That's amazing. You know how much Devin would have killed for that?
Dude.
Yo, he just should he would have never downloaded the app in the first place because he would have felt like he's getting scammed and they're stealing his like information. He's like,
Yeah.
nah, I don't trust it. And I was like I already had something like that happen where it was like Panera Breads, they're doing free drinks all summer. They just think you're gonna buy more stuff, but they'll give you free drinks as part of their thing, like for like 3 months. And he's like, nah, I don't trust it. And I was like, oh, every day you can get a free drink. Every day. He's like, "Mm, oh, are they gonna charge me? No, it's free. I
Dude.
did it. It's free.
We are either a bunch of cheapskates or we just love getting the deals, but free 99 is the best.
Hey, did you say cheapskate or cheapskate? Which one
Skate.
did you say? You
Is
said
it
skate
scape?
or which one do you think it
What
is?
is it?
Because you said it, and I was like, I don't know if he knows what this
I
is.
said skate.
Yeah, are you sure?
Is that what it is?
Why don't you take a look? Why don't you
Yeah,
take a
it
look?
is. It's cheapskate.
But you weren't confident
I was not.
in
No.
that
No, I was not confident.
because you said it, and it almost sounded like you said cheapskate, and I was like, is that a P that I just
No.
heard?
No, you
T.
did not
Okay.
hear a P. I do have a segment for a future idea of commonly misused phrases that like we didn't know we were using incorrectly.
That's a good one.
Anyways, that takes a little bit of research. Jeff, you've got a draft for us,
I do
senor.
back to back. Got that segment in the draft.
Yeah.
This is also we've done it the last couple weeks. I felt like it was only fair that we continue the streak of
Downer.
drafts that are kind of downer drafts.
Yes.
But this is more of a funny downer draft.
So was last week.
This one is the worst things to step on.
Oh,
The worst things to step on, and we are talking bare feet. That is it. Not shoes, bare feet. Worst things to step on. Okay. So you can have a
so
chance. I mean, obviously you can think
so
about it. You'll have chances to think, but
there is like the very like first thing that pops in your mind, right? And
then you
we
start to
both
get
know what
really
it
creative.
is. But if you actually think about it, it's probably not the worst thing.
Yeah.
And so I will let Jeff go first and I'll take the 2-3 turn.
Nice. You know, I had a feeling you were going to do that because the 2-3 in this one is really good. You
Very
can take a
valuable.
couple of the big ones. Yeah. And like the number one isn't necessarily super valuable here.
Correct.
So smart pick.
Thank you.
Oh,
Stratagem. We love the strategy.
there's probably 5 things I know your brain rapid fire cycled through right when I said that,
The
and you
very
just thought
first
of all the
thing
bad things.
probably deserves to go in like the third round at best. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah. You'll know why as you get there.
Yeah.
Okay. Worst thing, worst thing, worst thing. And this is coming from I don't know, a Texas guy who's experienced this in a couple ways and recently, but not on my foot, just in general. If you barefoot step in an fire ant
Fire ant.
pile,
I knew you were gonna say
it's
that.
all you.
Great pick.
It's not just immediate pain. It is long lasting pain that will be ruining your day for weeks because the bites turn into these like pustules that hurt and you want to pop, but it actually infects it immediately. Like they don't go away. It's uncomfortable, and I can only imagine. I've had it on my hands, I've got it on my arms, and like I can only imagine the absolute just scorching pain that this would cause for so long. And
I
stepping
heard
on one of those, oh
I heard tale of summer salesmen sticking their hand like this into a
no,
fire ant mound, holding
no.
it for 5 seconds and getting $100 for it, and
That's not worth it. I would
not worth
never do
it.
that for $100.
Nope.
That is the worst made $100. I'll
Maybe a
just go and
thousand.
convince them.
Maybe a
I will
thousand.
go and tell a person like, hey, if you buy this pest control, I'll pay off the first full fee for you. Like just to get that $100 commission. Like I don't care. That's
Oh,
crazy.
that is crazy.
That's
Good
crazy.
good pick. I don't know if it would have been the 101 in my mind, but
Mhm.
it was definitely my top five.
It's when
Definitely
I
my top
think
five.
about it, that one terrifies me more than most of the
It gives
things
you
that I could
gives
think
you the
of.
cringe too.
And the anxiety and the just long oh no.
Okay, well, I'm gonna be true to myself. I'm gonna be a child,
I know.
and
I knew it deserved it. It deserves it.
honestly, it's just as bad with the shoe on, if not worse, with the shoe on. But it's poop.
Okay. Poop is so texture like the texture of it and the smell of it when you
You
break
can't get it out. You can't get
when
it out
you
of your
break
mind.
the seal of dried poop into the moist inside when it's been cooking in the sun and you just and it releases the stenches, dude. That I can still remember the time I got in
The way
between my
you just
toes.
described that was so. But it's been cooking and you break through the moist.
Yeah,
Like,
you break through
oh,
that outer crust into the molten center, and it just
oh,
spews in between your toes like a
dude.
like a brownie. Yeah.
This is one of the few things that I would
Ugh.
rather step on it barefoot than with a shoe on, because the shoe stinks and it takes forever to clean off. And like, I would get like a thumb or not. What am I saying? You put it in your mouth. Wood.
A toothpick.
A
Toothpick.
toothpick and have to like scrape it out. And sometimes like as you're trying to scrape it, it would fling at you. And I got
Mm,
little poop on my shirt once because of that. It was so gross.
dude, disgusting.
Screw all the people that don't
Disgusting.
pick up their dog's poop. You know what I mean?
It's not just there's nothing painful about it. It is everything else about it that is horrible.
Yeah. And the smell, the cringe, all of it. So that's my one because I'm a child.
Oh,
And
it
that's why
does. I
I
mean,
wanted to see where you
great.
went first. Because if you took that at the 101, I would have been like, great, I'll
They're
pivot
very
anyways. But
different picks, so
yes.
that's why it makes sense.
My second pick is I'm kind of taking the combo of it, but like either a thumbtack or a nail.
Yeah, I'll give you both of those.
Like a
Thumbtack.
small sharp object into your foot. I have
I
done it.
would have I
It
would have
is the
taken it with my
worst.
next.
Yeah.
So
It is the
it's a
worst.
good pick. When you and especially in your heel and it just catches.
I've never done it on the heel. I did it um into the side of one of my toes. Like it went up through my toe where I stepped on a nail.
Oh, dude, then I think we all have nail stories. I did it doing pest control at someone's house outside of their property, and they had overgrown grass, but they had wood piles underneath it, like old wood.
Yep.
And I
And
threw my
you
Walmart cheap shoes, and I stepped fully through it, through my foot, and my company would not help like pay for anything. They were like, "Can you work through the rest of the day?" I was like, "My foot has been impaled. I can barely walk." And they're
my
like,
kappa
"Oh,
has been detated.
my cap has been detated from my foot."
Yeah.
And that was not okay. Yeah, nail or tack. That's yeah.
That's
Either
so
one of
bad.
those is diabolical. Great
All right.
picks.
Okay,
Great two.
you're 2-3.
Okay. This is coming from an emotional side, and I've
Mm.
only done this a couple times. But though I had the worst feeling because of something I heard growing up, and I just will never forget it. But if I step on my dog, my animal, and I step on them,
Oh,
their
and the
foot, their
squeal?
body, that squeal of pure pain and surprise, and then they don't know that you didn't do it on purpose. Like they think you stepped and they were like, ah, and like what I
They run
do?
away
And they
scared.
blame you, they're scared, and the feeling of guilt and just no, please. And then you're like, you feel so bad, and I would never like I hate it so much. And I've only
Yeah.
done it like 2 or 3 times ever where I fully stepped. Just awful.
It's really sad. And then like I've also had it where an aunt literally had to take her dog to the vet because she broke its leg because it was so
Oh,
small.
yeah.
That's
Yeah.
a downer.
It sounds like a chicken wing when you step. It just that snapping sound. Yeah, and then the barking and you just horrible.
Oh man.
Okay, well, my next pick is I'm so glad it fell. And I
Okay.
think it's what you're thinking.
Yep.
So glad
Yep.
that it made it to the third round, just like we said.
Yeah.
If you're thinking what I'm thinking, it is from a childhood. We all
It
had it,
is. Yep.
and it's stepping on a Lego.
Yep.
You step on a Lego and you step on it with that sharp under corner side up, and your
Ah,
full weight in the middle of the softest part of your foot, and you just
especially at night
yeah,
when
when you're
like
walking
when
full weight.
and or when you get up to go to the bathroom like in the middle of the night or something like that. And on your way, like especially if you're not at your house, like you're not in your familiar place or whatever, you get up and you walk down the hall to go to the bathroom and you step on a Lego and it's dark and you're like, what the was that? Like,
Yeah, and you're like, oh, and you can't put it into words because it
yeah,
hurts so bad from the surprise as well.
yeah,
And the sharp corner, it doesn't roll, it's not a ball, it just digs deeper
yep,
into that soft tissue. Just horrible.
yeah. Okay. Uh, I'm inspired with my next pick.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with it. It's very similar to my previous one, and I'm gonna go with glass.
Glass, good pick. That was next on mine if it
It's next
fell,
on the
but
list. I kind of
didn't think
like
it would
that.
fall.
It's it's like awful, obviously, but
And
like
I've stepped
the
on glass before
worst,
and it's horrible.
the worst is like not being able to get it out and then feeling like you have glass stuck in your foot for the next like day. You know what I mean?
Well, not even that. Like I've had it where when we were filming a little like fun little home movie when I was a kid, and we were like making like make up a story with my sister, and I was standing on an old printer that we had, but the top of the printer was gone, so it was just the glass scanner face. And
Oh,
it was by my window, and I was standing on it because thought it was fine, and I was looking at the
what?
window, and then I turned during the filming of it, like she was doing a little video camera, and I was like,
How
oh, and
old
then
were you? 20?
it was last year actually.
Was it actually?
No,
Oh, okay.
I think I was like I don't know 11 or 12,
Oh
and
my word.
I went to jump off of it, and my foot went straight through it and shattered the glass, and it went straight into my foot, and there was a bunch of little pieces, and I had to lay there and try to dig it, and I had to like you have to like pick away this dude
Yeah, you have to like
painful.
rip your foot
It's
open to get it out.
yeah. It was really bad, and it was for a while that I still had a couple pieces where it got infected and pushed it out. So
Oh,
no, not
dang.
a good time. So glass,
Then
yeah,
you had
glass is definitely up there.
elephantitis in your foot. For
I
my next
I did
pick,
not.
I'm pivoting. I got my top three picks. I'm good.
Okay.
My next one, I've never had this happen to me. I've had a close friend happen. This happened to him, Michael. And it's a George Foreman grill.
Stop. Don't The Office, a grill. I mean, that would be horrible. I agree. Stepping on anything but boiling hot like that would be horrible, but that's such a terrible pick for you to take this spot. You did it just for the laughs, and you're gonna lose now. That's what you
I
get.
think I'm gonna win the fan vote now. Yeah,
No,
I got a
you'll
George
get.
Foreman grill as my number four pick
You just want us to wake up to the smell
of bacon.
of bacon, sizzling bacon. Like
It's
it's
a
good for
wonderful way to
me.
start my morning.
Wait. Just rub
So,
some butter on it,
but if
and
you,
then it'll feel better.
all right, see you
Mm,
later, Pan.
see you later, Panny. Pan?
Pan?
Yeah. Good pick. I mean, whatever. Not
Pita?
really good.
Dude, also,
Pizza.
you didn't laugh at my Nana being the name
Nana
of Wendy's
Mimi.
dog joke.
I actually didn't hear that.
Ah, it was
I
you.
missed
We
it.
were shouting at the Nanas, and I said, "Well, Wendy's dog," but
Oh,
from Peter
Nana is in.
Pan.
That's the name from Peter Pan. Yo, that's good. I was trying to think of one in the moment. I'm really sorry I missed that.
That was a
That's a
that was a
we
poll
deserve
of all polls.
a posthumous clap.
Wow, that is the word of the pod.
I
Better
don't know if it
than
beats your echelon.
yeah. No, it's better.
Posthumous.
Good job. Okay, you got your final two picks, sir.
I do. Tough starts to thin out, but
Mm-hmm.
uh, this one can be generalized. I mean, it can be, but I have a specific thing in my brain when I think about this. But I would say a trap.
Yeah.
You could say a mouse trap. You could say
Bear
anything
trap.
but a trap. I mean, bear trap. Any type of trap
Yeah.
that someone sets for you, you do not want to step in a trap.
I'm gonna call it an
Definitely
animal
not.
trap for the
Yeah,
polls.
animal trap. Okay,
Yep.
or trap house.
Well,
Okay,
65 toss power trap.
60. Well, 65 million years ago, the dinosaurs.
Did they?
Yeah, 65 million years ago. That's when the comet hit.
Dude, what?
Speaking of comet,
That's a crazy poll for 65 toss
ast
power trap to 65 million years ago.
because the asteroid. Remember, we had that in our segment, and we talked about that.
See.
Yes. Hey, you're gonna be shocked by this. This is a weird pick, but you
Okay.
understand better than most, and
Uh-oh.
so do I. I have had two traumatic injuries because of this. But the final thing that deserves is the list is stepping on someone else's foot slash
Foot.
shoe
Yes.
when you are playing
100%.
sports specifically.
100%.
Horrible. No one, people who haven't experienced that don't even know how horrible that is, because it's not just that, like, I destroyed my ankle just landing on someone else's foot, and it's never been the same. It
Once you
still
do it
hurts.
once, you're prone to it again.
Yeah.
Like
Once.
the propensity to roll your ankle again is preposterous.
Whoa, the propensity is preposterous. Posthumous propensity is preposterous. We are some thesauruses out here.
That
Look
is
at us go.
practically perfect.
This in in
It's impec
perchance
Our posterity is impeccable.
impact. No,
I was
that's an
just doing more
I.
P's.
Don't
Um,
say you were
that.
doing more peas. No, no, flip that, please.
Yes.
Oh, that was good. Okay,
Whew.
that deserves to be
Jeff,
there.
that's a fantastic pick.
Especially at the 5. I think that's a great spot.
So my final, I'm gonna say what I wanted to take, but I don't think it actually works. And it was gonna be more of like almost a stubbing of your foot on concrete. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
don't
But that's
doesn't
not
work,
something that
but
you
I know
like
what you mean.
step on.
Yeah.
So for my final pick, I'm going a little abstract with this, and I'm gonna go with nothing. When you miss a step and you step on nothing,
Oh.
you are so thrown off. You know what I mean?
And yeah, and potential injury. I can
Yeah.
think of a couple times where I
You're
was like,
walking
I
up you're
stumbled
walking
up
up
a
the steps
stair.
and you take a step as if you're going to keep going up the steps and there's not a step there and you fall on your face or like
You
but
stumble and hurt.
that moment of fear is awful. So I'm going with
Dude, it's happened
nothing.
going downstairs. I've done it where I'm
Yeah.
going downstairs and I think I'm gonna hit something, but it's much sooner because the floor is now there instead of another step. And I like extend my leg and it like hits the ground in
Yeah.
a different way. And I'm
I've
like,
also
I
I've also done it
stumble
the
and yeah.
opposite where I think that I'm at the bottom and I'm not and then I miss and I like fall down an extra step.
Yeah. And it clunks. Yeah, it is. Wow, good. The abstract
Little
nature of your
abstract
pick.
pick there. So I put
And it
nothing
deserves.
/ missed step.
Dude, this is a very evenly balanced
Dude,
draft between us. This we had
should I
some
recap here?
recap this.
Okay, Jeff started out with a fire ant mound. Awful. That's so
Oh,
bad. Uh,
oh.
a dog / pet Legos, which is arguably the goat pick, but I think we were fair to put it in the third round.
It deserved. It was one of us was gonna get
An
it in that
animal
round.
trap, don't have experience of, don't ever want to have experience of, and then someone else's foot, which I think could have been the 101.
Could have been one or two. In our
I
experience,
didn't think
sports
about it.
world, horrible.
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 I didn't think about it. So I think that could be the steal of the draft right there in the 5th round.
In the 5th spot.
Yeah.
Okay.
I took poop.
Oh,
This
the
is so
texture.
bad.
Ugh,
I took a thumbtack or slash nail,
so painful.
glass. I took a
Man,
George Foreman grill.
yours are so painful. Oh my
And then I
gosh.
took nothing.
What an interesting round, dude.
Dude, that was a abstract draft
Oh,
for
from you,
sure,
for
but
sure.
very
Yeah.
funny. Any
Wow.
honorable mentions? I honorable
Uh,
mentioned like when you like step on like a concrete stair and you kind of like miss the step and you like scrape your toe and then you just have that feeling of like that internal cringe. That's the worst to me, but
Mine is when you step on like something really slippery and you
oh
slip.
yeah.
So something on the floor and
And then
you
you
just
like friggin' like
and it
pull your
like
hammy.
yeah, something. Anything, any pain you would get from that, yeah, and it
Yeah.
throws you off and it's gross. It's still you have to clean it off. That definitely is up there.
Um like a electrical plug, like something you plug into the wall, like a
Oh yeah.
vacuum. You know, like when you're
Those little
vacuuming and
prongs.
yep,
The
that's
prongs,
that's a
dude.
terrible one. Um
What else?
I'd say like when you're at the beach and you're like stepping on like rocks.
Oh, dude, when you go to a place and it's horrible, like the rocks are all sharp, and
Yeah.
you have to make it to the beach from
And
your
it's
little
hot.
spot, and it's yeah, and you're like, and your arms are up because you're trying to balance, and you're stabbing your feet as you walk. Terrible. Hot sand deserves to be there too. Boiling
Yeah.
hot sand at the beach, but also it gets cooled. You have to know the extreme of one to know the relief of the other of the beach
100%.
and the
It's
nice
a yin and
water.
yang, brother.
Yeah, it's yin and yang.
I would also say like like a like goat heads. You know,
Like
like
what?
goat heads when you
What are
like that
those?
get stuck on your bike and like make your bike tire go
Oh, that's what
flat.
you call them.
Yeah,
I
those
just
things are
call them like
terrible.
stickers is what we call
Sure.
them.
Yeah, exactly. Or like
Dude,
weeds.
that's fantastic pick.
Like when you step
Weeds,
into
like
like
sharp
weeds or
weeds.
yeah, because then they get like the tiny little slivers get stuck in your foot. Or
Wow.
like bark chips.
How did these not make it?
I don't know. I mean, I like our list. I think our list is
I do too.
upper
But
tiered for sure. I'm not gonna overuse the
wow.
word, but and then I just looked up one like to see if we missed anything. Goat heads is on that list. That's what reminded me of it. But like
Mm.
also like stepping in weeds is terrible. But then something that was like two on this list was slugs.
I mean, I never really
I've
pay
never
attention. I don't
experienced
notice,
that,
but
but just like thinking about it, I'm
the
like,
slimy
that's
yuck,
pretty
yeah,
yucky.
it goes with the texture thing.
Yeah.
Hey, fun fact,
Yeah.
in Washington, and I think in Oregon they have that too. Do you have banana slugs
Yeah.
there? So, fun fact, there's
Well, bananas
slime on the outside.
Fosters.
Well, well, Foster's home for imaginary friends.
Well, Fosters. It's Australian for beer.
Dang, I don't know what to
I
do
don't
with
even
that.
know where you go with that either.
That's really good. I don't know.
Yeah.
Uh, banana slugs, the slime on the outside, it actually can numb like whatever. So we had this little group challenge with our cousins where to join the club you had to lick a slug. Like, you had
Hmm.
to find a banana slug outside. Yeah, it was so gross, but it would
Mm-mm.
make your tongue go numb. Like it
Your
would actually
tum
do it.
your tum
Like
go nung.
my tum to dum 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 dum. Yeah,
That's we are
it,
farmers.
yeah. Oh well, we are the people.
Well, call farmersonly.com.
Wow. Well, Christian Mingle dog.
Ooh, well, Theo Vaughn is single and ready to mingle.
Well, uh, Von Von Trapp family.
There you go. You made it.
I was like, oh,
And
I
then
know there's something with it.
of course Lindsey Vaughn.
Well, and then Lindsay Lohan,
Oh, and then Freaky Friday.
and then Friday
Or
the
her
13th.
or Herbie Fully Loaded.
Her or Herbie Hancock.
That's a good one.
Chris
Okay, so you
Farley, Herbie
licked
Hancock.
slugs to get into a
Yeah,
club.
We had our little cousin club when we were like,
And it would
you know,
numb your
9,
tongue.
10. Yeah, it numbed it, and it was weird. It was so weird, and it was gross. But you can ask any of us, we all would tell you the nasty thing that we had to do, and it was the slug. You had to
That's so
find it. You had to
gross.
find it yourself, and they were big, big suckers, like this big,
How big?
like this big. I'm just showing you the size of the slug. Really big slug.
Thank you for listening
Like,
to the Left Hand Backhand podcast.
that's good.
Oh
That's
dear.
good. Don't voice crack. Oh, it caught part of your whistle.
Oh yeah. Okay. Anything else, Jeff?
Dude, you're rarely speechless.
I didn't know what to do to that. I'm going to
It's
clip
good.
it, so
No, no, no.
I
We already have
already
a clip.
clipped that other one.
We already have a clip. We can't have two in one.
Oh man. Okay, well we're gonna start posting more on that Instagram page
Don't say
and
more. Don't say moron.
we're gonna start posting more often to the Instagram page and Jeff, you to the
Keep
TikToks.
talking. Trying. I gotta edit down. I have so many clips to go through, so
Yeah, good
I can
times.
see why people
So
have this and as their full-time job because it is exhausting to like go through and fully clip and like edit it down and get the timing right. Those of you listening, have respect for those who are social media managers. Like I didn't respect it.
I don't
Now I
respect
do.
you at all.
It's difficult. Yeah, Mr. I don't want a TikTok ever. You refuse to even get TikTok, so you can't speak.
I
Oh well.
consume all the same stuff on Instagram and Facebook or whatever and YouTube.
Instagram Reels is about 6 months later than anything on TikTok.
I don't care.
So here, all the funny things you've been laughing at that you've been sending me, I have already seen.
I'm
I saw
like,
4 months ago.
oh,
I was like, oh, he just now saw this.
oh, that's so
Mm,
cute.
look at him. He thinks this is new.
Well, I am a grandma, so share with your grandma
Share with your grandma. Nice.
and share with your pastor at church. And Jeff, final word.
Uh, when you're next time you're walking around in bare feet, please pay attention to where you're going. Any one of you could be subject to one of these painful / really uncomfortable things that we have listed. So be aware of your surroundings. That's all we ask. Be aware.
Good advice. No casualties.
No casualties.
Lefties out.